The protests have, become more national. They've taken on, a more national approach. You have them going all over the country in several states in the country. Was this what you envisioned when you decided to start the protests?
Yes, all these things have been seen from the beginning. We started with advocacy, which we ran for over 4 years, for 3+ years now. And with the advocacy, we're able to uh, chart the trajectory of the impunity of police, and especially the the tactical squads generally. And from what we've seen, we expected that by now we would have been able to map, this behavior and then be able to engage enough to make a believer of the people. But of course, over time, mistakes and gaps kept on getting wider. And with that, there was the need for the people to show their support for the advocacy by creating an organic protest. And this organic protest is not led by anyone. It's just the citizenry showing or exercising their right to express their discontent towards government. And that has taken a toll, on the normal activities in our society. So this was seen from the beginning, and we tried as much as possible to avoid this.
It appears almost every Nigerian has a story linked to the Nigeria Police Force or to members of SARS. But the IGP has announced a disbandment of this unit. Why isn't that enough for the protesters to stop? Why are they continuing the protests?
Yeah, we are all humans, and once we feel that the things that we believe in, that we have once believed, is no longer, believable. For example, if we have been told once that SARS had been ended or SARS had been reformed or so, and we have that in 2015, 2016, up to 2020, the people have the right to begin to doubt or to seek other alternative means to get validation or assurances that this time around they are going to be they are going to have something different. But of course, while we promise one thing on the one hand, we see the actions of police that defeat all the promises that have been made. The IG indeed, ideally and candidly said he has agreed to disband the or to dissolve the SARS, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, and other formation. But at the end of the day, when people went out to protest freely, they were getting attacked and shot at by police officers. So this aggravated the entire thing and caused a lot of people to begin to question the level of impunity of police and why authorities are allowing this to thrive. So this is one of the reasons why they are saying, listen, we want every single person who have been arrested to be released, because most of them were just arrested because they are exercising their fundamental human rights. And secondly, they are also demanding that every single person who have lost a loved one or a son or a child to police brutality must be compensated. Then they are also concerned about the fact that after the disbandment or the solution of SARS, there is a provision there that says that they will be reabsorbed into the system. Without, they left a lot of gap in there without explaining why people who have seen to be cancerous nodes will be, reintegrated into the system. So they did not mention whether there's going to be psychological evaluation. They did not mention whether the various things that they're going to put in place to ensure that people are safe out there. We want police officers we can be proud of. Right. We want people out there that we can call our protectors, not people we fear.
Mr. Wasaya, you can see that all parties are trying to resolve, this issue with the Nigeria Police. The IGP himself offering the disbandment, the state governor offering to go to Abuja to speak with the president on this issue. But more importantly, the violence has still being perpetrated against the protesters. What's the way forward now when you see that all of these parties are calling for an end to the protests? What do you intend to do?
Well, the way it is now, we're talking to all the parties, including those who are out there who are ordinary citizens who are exercising their freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, as empowered by the Constitution. We are also we are having a lot of conversation now with the authorities. And I remember this morning as he spoke with the task force head, as he spoke with the commissioner in Lagos State, and I also had a meeting together with other stakeholders, with the National Human Rights Commission, with the IGP, where we actually opened up on a lot of things, and also requested expressly that he orders the police out there to stop shooting at innocent citizens, to stop shooting at protesters. And he agreed. Every single term that the general public have pushed to him, he has already agreed. And the government have said every single thing that was demanded, they are going to make happen. And with that, that's a positive thing. But it is not enough for us to say, okay, guys, you can leave the street. We want a situation where this will happen naturally, the same way the protests happen naturally. Let them begin to see goodwill from the side of the government, where their actions are, their words are translated into actions, and from there, people will begin to dissipate and go back home to say, yes, government have finally listened to us, and we can see impact on the street. Police must have restraint. You cannot shoot at your employers. The citizenry of the citizens of this country are your employers. Right. So you are meant to serve and protect them.
Yes, and thank you. That's a perfect place to put it. We all hope that this issue be resolved, no more lives lost, and that the Nigeria police begins to really serve the people. Thanks again, Segun Awosanya, for joining us on the News at 10.
Thank you.